Your business is ready for more. But more what? More ads? More products? More channels? There's no shortage of advice out there. Tactics, playbook, growth hacks. The real problem isn't a lack of strategies, but knowing which one will multiply your efforts and help your business to grow faster. I'm Angela. In this video, I'll walk you through 5 proven levers used by top companies and backed by the most trusted business frameworks. More importantly, we'll figure out which one is right for you right now, so you can focus on just one thing that gives you real traction and exponential growth. Make sure you stick around until the end to find out how. Where did these 5 levers come from? Through my own businesses and working with other founders, I've had to dig deep into countless frameworks and strategies to find what actually works. It turns out the most effective strategies fall into 5 buckets, which I call growth levers. Because just like a lever, the right strategy lets you do a lot more with less effort. It unlocks growth by focusing your energy where it matters most. These 5 levers can work for any business, but not all at once. Over time, you will likely need all 5. But at any point in time, focus on just one lever to avoid spreading yourself too thin. The key is to know which one to pull now so you can accelerate your growth faster. So let's walk through each one, starting with the first lever, market expansion. This video for my business reading graphics explains it nicely. Market expansion means reaching new people with your existing offer. This lever works when your product or service is solid, but you're not reaching its full potential audience. Instead of chasing growth by changing what you sell, look for new segments who already need what you've built. Start by identifying which new groups could benefit from your offer, how they differ from your current audience, and how you reach and serve them effectively. To see this in action, let's look at Shopify. They started by serving small to mid-sized e-commerce brands, but over time, they noticed a different group, larger merchants, who needed more flexibility than the typical DIY tools could offer. So instead of stretching their original product to fit everyone, they launched Shopify Plus. That's a premium tier with advanced automation, multi-channel selling, and dedicated enterprise support. So what they did was very simple but powerful. They spotted an underserved segment and then tailored a solution without reinventing their core platform. So ask yourself, who else already needs what we offer but hasn't found us yet? Use this lever to unlock growth without reinventing your product. But sometimes, growth isn't about reaching new people, but doing more with the ones that you already serve. And that's what the next lever, product expansion, is all about. Product expansion means offering new solutions to your existing customers. This lever works when you've already built trust and traction with your current users, but there are still unmet needs that you can solve. Instead of growing your audience, you grow your relationship and revenue per customer. Start by identifying what your customers already use and value, what related problems or goals they still have, and what new product, service, or feature would naturally extend their journey with you. Take Amazon as an example. They didn't try to do everything at once. They started with just one product, books. Once they nailed that, they asked, what else do our customers want? First, they expanded into other physical products, from electronics to household goods, using the same online store model. Then, they created Amazon Prime to offer faster shipping and exclusive benefits, solving convenience and loyalty challenges. Lastly, they launched Kindle to serve readers who prefer digital books and Audible for those who wanted audio. Every step involved a specific validated customer problem, building on what they already had. You can do that too if you have an engaged audience that's not growing fast enough. Ask yourself, what else do your customers already need but we are not offering yet? Expand strategically, one layer at a time, based on what your existing customers want next. But sometimes, growth doesn't involve changing your audience or your product. You can also change how you charge for the value that you already provide. And that is the focus of the third lever, monetization. Monetization means earning more from the value you create. You are not chasing more customers, but merely unlocking more value from the ones you already have. This lever works when you're generating strong demand, but revenue growth isn't keeping up. So instead of just creating new value, you focus on capturing the value that you've already created. Start by evaluating whether your pricing reflects the value you deliver, if there are features or services you could package differently, and how you can align pricing with perceived value. A great example here is Netflix. They don't just sell one plan to everyone. They introduce tiered pricing so users could choose based on what mattered most to them. Those who watch mainly on their phones could choose the basic plan, while others could opt for higher tiers if they wanted ad-free HD streaming on their TVs or separate accounts for their family. As a result, the users felt like they had control over how much they had to pay, while Netflix could increase the average revenue per user by giving them clear reasons to upgrade. So ask yourself, do our prices truly reflect the value that we provide? A small change in pricing, if done right, can unlock significant growth by capturing more of the value that you are already delivering. But sometimes, the best way to grow isn't about changing what you do, but changing who helps you to do it. And that brings us to the next lever, channels and partnership. Channel expansion means finding new ways to deliver your offer to more people. Instead of changing the product or audience, you are changing how you reach them via new channels or partners. This lever works when your current channels are working but limited. The goal is to increase reach, visibility, or conversion without reinventing what you're selling. Start by identifying where your ideal customers already hang out, what new platforms, partnerships, or channels you could use, and how to test those channels efficiently. When Airbnb launched, they didn't have money or an audience, but they noticed something. Their ideal customers, the people looking for places to stay, were already browsing for vacation rental listings on Craigslist. So instead of starting from scratch, they built a tool that automatically cross-posts their Airbnb listings to Craigslist. That simple move plugged them into millions of eyeballs without paying for ads at all or building a new platform. That is the power of finding the right channel and partnering with it creatively. So ask yourself, who already has the audience that we are trying to reach, and how can we work with them? The idea is to grow smart through others, not just by yourself. And lastly, let's look at the final lever, operational efficiency. Because sometimes the best way to grow isn't by doing more, but by doing what you already do much better. Operational efficiency means improving how your business runs so you can scale more effectively with the resources you already have. This lever works when growth is being blocked not by lack of demand, but by internal inefficiencies, delivery gaps, or team bottlenecks. So instead of adding more fuel, you fix the engine. This could mean tightening up systems, reducing waste, or improving customer experience through better processes. Start by identifying where quality, speed, or consistency is breaking down, what systems or workflows are unclear or overcomplicated, and how to deliver better results with less friction. Think about McDonald's. They didn't become a global brand by having the best burger. They grew so quickly because they built their systems to be clear, consistent, and easy to replicate. Every restaurant follows the same steps. Staff are trained to do things the same way, the kitchen layout is designed for speed, and supplies are standardized to avoid delays or confusion. So ask yourself, what is breaking down or slowing us down that will only get worse as we grow? Address that to create the space for your next phase of growth. Now that you know all 5 growth levers, the question is, which one should you pull now? To help you decide, here's a simple 3-step process built on a powerful idea from good strategy, bad strategy. Basically, a strong strategy has 3 parts: a clear diagnosis to know what's holding you back, a guiding policy on your overall approach, and focused actions aligned behind the guiding policy. Now, let's apply that to your business by applying the 5 growth levers. The first step is to identify your biggest constraint. You can't build a strategy if you haven't diagnosed the real obstacle. Yet, most businesses skip straight to execution. Ask, what's the single biggest constraint between where we are now and where we want to go? Maybe growth is stalling because your brand isn't trusted yet. Maybe leads aren't converting because the offer is unclear. Maybe your operations are breaking under pressure as demand scales. If a strategy doesn't address the root constraint, it doesn't matter what else you do. You might have many bottlenecks in your business, and that's perfectly normal. Just narrow down to the most critical one that, once resolved, will open up the biggest paths ahead. Because once you've identified your biggest constraint, you can pick the lever that directly addresses it. If you need more reach, then go for market expansion. If customers aren't buying more, go for product expansion. If you're undercharging, go for pricing and monetization. If growth is slow or expensive, go for partnerships and channels. And if internal chaos is slowing you down, address operational efficiency. Don't try to do all 5 at once. Just pick the one lever that solves your top constraint and go deep on that one first. This becomes your guiding policy, giving you a clear direction to focus on rather than a fragmented to-do list. Now that you have picked your lever, it's time to translate that into action. Let's say you decide to focus on operational efficiency to solve the internal chaos holding you back. Coherence action means aligning everything around that lever to make your business run smoother. If your strategy is to win with speed, that must show up in everything you do, from your hiring, to your training, policies, and your pricing model. You might simplify your offers to reduce complexity, standardize how projects are tracked and handed off, automate repetitive admin work, and even hire and train people who enjoy process innovations and improvements. The point is to align the entire company to reduce friction and make it easier to grow. So as you can see, you don't need hundreds of tactics for your business to grow and thrive. You just need to pull the right lever that directly addresses what's holding you back right now. Then align your actions around it. That is how you cut through the noise and start building real momentum. If you like a printable version of this framework, plus a simple checklist to apply it to your business, just type grow in the comments below. And let me know which lever are you pulling next. I read every comment and I love to hear what you're working on. Hit subscribe to get notified of more clear practical strategies like this. And don't forget to check out the book summaries, related videos, and other resources that I put together for you in the description below. See you in the next video with more ways to grow and build momentum.